Hello. I am Camden Walker for Capital Weather Gang. Thanks for joining me on this Sunday Sunset Chat, where we talk about the weather week ahead once a week. Right now, 82.4 degrees. DCA Airport got to 93 degrees today, our 14th 90-degree day or better this summer. And let's see what else. That's the 10th consecutive 90-degree day in a row. So it is a nice heat wave we've got going, and it also includes another chance tomorrow, 1 out of 5 chance of severe storms. So keep that in mind. We could see some damaging wind gusts, and we could also see perhaps some small hail. So again, not a huge chance, but similar to today, we could have some storms around. A couple could be a little bit more organized tomorrow. So it is something we want you to stay tuned to capitalweathergang.com and follow us on Twitter as well. Greg, thanks for tuning in. No snow in this forecast, quite the opposite. We've got these thunderstorms we're talking about. Slight potential, 1 out of 5 chance for some damaging wind gusts tomorrow and some small hail. There's plenty of juice in the atmosphere for these thunderstorms to feed off of. Dew points at or above 70 degrees. We are firmly looking like muggy or gross for most of this week. The heat might break as early as Thursday, maybe Friday, Saturday. It's uncertain whether or not we see a cutoff low pressure system really help cool us down by the end of the week and into the weekend. Indeed, Karita, it is so hot. You're ready for a little rain. No Andrew, no freezing rain in the forecast. I like the cool thoughts. And quite the opposite for tomorrow's heat index. We have at or above a heat index value tomorrow. When combining the air temperature with the muggy dew points, that humid feeling, it's going to feel like 100 degrees or so for most of us in the region. So keep that in mind. I want to talk about heat safety just a little bit. Please don't forget about pets, young children, the elderly. Not everyone can access air conditioning voluntarily, so please take it easy out there. Please hydrate, and yes, midday use that sunscreen as well. Not directly related to heat, but the sun is still very strong this time of year. All right, Karita says the humidity is a killer. I agree with you. And Liz, no more storms please unless it takes away the heat. Liz, I'm sorry, that might not happen until Thursday, Friday. We'll watch that for you. Hopefully we can get some heat out of the way for you by the end of the week. Brad, any chance of thunderstorms tomorrow morning or not? Brad, tomorrow morning generally looks mostly sunny and dry. Thunderstorms should hold off until 1 p.m. or later, growing chance with time as we go through the day. For my latest PM update forecast on capitalweathergang.com, go to cwg.news/latest or touch on my face on your mobile device. The links will pop up below that we're talking about, including my latest Capital Weather Gang forecast. All right, let's see. Asa, where can I find the dew point humidity forecast regularly? We try and give that to you on capitalweathergang.com. So 65 to 70 is kind of where we're at tonight, but really 70 degrees or higher for most of this week in the muggy gross category. So we really try and give you dew point for that humid feeling that you're going to feel this week. It's going to be somewhat oppressive, and we try and give that to you on capitalweathergang.com. So great question. Nancy, we need a Canadian cold front. I wish I had that in the cards. We have upper level systems moving through way to our north. Canada indeed is seeing the storm tracks. The purple is indicated for the jet stream, and it might dip down here toward the end of the weekend. We'll see. But generally I wanted to show you the jet stream winds. The purple and blue stays well north of us. That keeps the cold air locked up in Canada, a ridge of high pressure generally over us for most of the week. We'll see if a cutoff low pressure system can work its way in here by the weekend. It's quite a low confidence forecast when we look ahead to the weekend, but in the near term, we have muggy conditions overnight. Mid 70s, even maybe as high as 78 degrees for some of us in the warmest unlucky spots, especially away from water and downtown locations. So it is going to be quite muggy. And here's tomorrow's high temperatures. This is not with the humidity, low to mid 90s. And again, we're factoring in dew points on top of these low to mid 90s high temperatures for tomorrow. So that brings us for a heat index potential at near or around 100 degrees. Let's see, Drew, it's possible we could see an upgrade in severe weather risk for tomorrow, maybe to a 2 out of 5, but right now the start green is a 1 out of 5 for tomorrow. Everyone just keep in the back of your minds to stay weather aware tomorrow. Follow us on Twitter at both of our accounts, at Capital Weather and at DC Weather Alerts. That way you can get the severe weather alerts pushed to your phone during days when severe weather is expected. And it's somewhat expected tomorrow, not a huge chance, but Drew, I do think we could see a couple organized cells tomorrow, maybe a little bit stronger than today, but the main threats are damaging wind gusts and small hail. And again, just a 1 out of 5 chance. So we're not ringing the major alarm bells, but Tomorrow we'll have plenty of juice in the atmosphere thanks to these high dew points at or above 70 degrees. Muggy, gross category for that feeling, that humid feeling most of this week, perhaps through Thursday. Brad, any chance humidity levels of 85 to 90 degrees or not? Brad, if you do mean dew points, luckily we should not see 85-degree dew points anytime soon. I'm happy to report. Joseph, you cannot wait for winter. Excellent. Keep those cool thoughts about you as we are here in this midsummer dog day pattern. Francis, you wish the hot weather would bring the downpours. My garden is baking. Yes, let's talk about the feast or famine we have throughout the region. Some gardens just mere miles away are feeling it, the flood of water, and some are feeling the dryness, the absence of water. It looks like we've got the rain in the Shenandoah Valley dying out. That's excellent. I just heard from the National Weather Service. But here is the estimated precipitation for the last 7 days. So right now, you can see some of those blank spots, the white and gray, the driest areas over the last 7 days. If your garden falls in those spots, you are having to water every day because we have the highest evapotranspiration rates of the year with the strong sun, the ample plant life sucking up the moisture from the topsoil very quickly. So then you can also see Tappahannock and Charlottesville. They are the bonus spots where they got over 1 inch of rain in the last 7 days. So it's very hit or miss. We can expect more of this summer. The primary mode of getting rain or are going to be these hit or miss thunderstorms throughout July, most of midsummer here. So feast or famine. But the good news is, even though your garden might be dry a few miles away, it is wet, and overall the region, the seasonal outlook for drought as it is graphicked here, we are looking okay. We are not seeing any major widespread drought concerns, maybe in southwestern Pennsylvania in the coming weeks, but really that's the only thing to speak of. Our region is doing pretty good. No, Brad, no dew points of 80 to 97 in our region. Peter, hello, thanks for tuning in. Scott, when I hear thunder, make sure you head indoors. Indeed, the lightning bolt could be within 10 miles, so we want to emphasize lightning safety. If you hear thunder roar, head indoors. Because if you are hearing thunder, a lightning bolt, even if it's 10 miles away, a storm is 10 miles away, it can still pose a threat to you. Lightning bolts can go out from storms for about 10 miles or so. So please keep that in mind. Hello, Gary. A few showers there in Portland. I hope you have cooler weather than we do here in DC. Please enjoy it if you do. And let's see, crazy small storms here in AU Park, says Drew. Thanks for that report. And Melissa, no pollen concerns, except maybe a little bit of grass. I did see there was a little bit of grass pollen in the most recent reports. Yes, Rosemary, the storms don't really bring any relief. That is indeed the problem right now. We've got so much moisture in the atmosphere, and here's over the next 7 days the precipitation estimates through the time you speak to me next Sunday for the next Sunday Sunset Chat. Thanks for joining me. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. We're there anytime you need us on the blog, and my latest PM update forecast is available on CapitalWeatherGang.com, or go to cwg.news/latest. You can touch on my face, it's popping up below. You'll see all the links that we're talking about during this live stream broadcast. And if you're on a desktop or laptop, the links are above in this post. So here's the precipitation estimate over the next 7 days. It's again hit or miss, like we were talking about a minute ago. Some of your gardens are very dry, some of your gardens are very wet. It just depends on where you're situated, if you're lucky or not to get a heavy downpour over you. But over the next 7 days, the general trend is for the rain to be a little bit less north and west of town, a little bit more southeast of town, kind of along the I-95 corridor, and point southeast, as you can see. Because we're thinking, it's uncertain at this time, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there could be a cutoff low that moves along the coast. It could have a tiny bit of subtropical origins, but we're not expecting any tropical storm issues, no major winds, just a precipitation producer throwing us maybe some clouds, maybe some cooler weather. But again, stay tuned to CapitalWeatherGang.com, because as we look ahead to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're not certain, or we have not the high confidence that we do see our 90s break, that we could continue our heat wave, we could stay dry. So please stay tuned, and just gardeners, please look at this map. If you live northwest of town, you're probably gonna have to do a little bit more of watering over the next 7 days, generally speaking. And again, we're talking about the tropics. We could see this area in the orange in the Gulf of Mexico develop a little bit of tropical characteristics along the Carolina coast in the coming days, but not guaranteed. Karita, thanks so much for tuning in. And Gary, you're saying Portland is cool, but you have some high humidity. Record highest dew point ever in DC, Brad, I think is 84 degrees Fahrenheit.